the sky is blue, and so, coincidentally, is this BMW M3. The latest generation M3 has come with more than a few changes. The biggest is a move from a V8 engine to a 3-litre turbocharged V6, and of course, 4 doors. If you want your M3 to come in 2-door shape, you'll have to ask for an M4, which is virtually identical to the M3, apart from the number of holes at the side of the car. BMW is having one of its historical changing of numbers on the bootlids of its cars. Sedans now have even numbers, and coupes have odd ones. Obsessive compulsive collectors of 2-door M3s are going to be very uneasy. If they buy an M4, or put up with 4 doors. This isn't the first 4-door M3 of course. The last M3 of the straight 6 engine enjoyed a limited run on sedan form, until it was cancelled, but this one is here to stay. From the outside, the M3 looks like a gorilla shoved rather uncomfortably into a business suit. The sides bulge out over the wheels in an almost cartoonish way. There's a bonnet bulge to tell you there's serious power under that panel, and also the traditional quad exhaust pipe system. All of this on paper promises a very, very good driving experience. And it is. This car will accelerate hard enough to rip the hair off your scalp, and corner fast enough to violently play with your internal organs under G-forces. Grip is immense, and since you can change the engine, suspension, steering, stability control, and gear change to savagery, you can easily change the M3 from an all everyday sedan to something that's much more like a track car. Add the 4 doors, and you get one of the quickest family cars on the planet. The previous M3 was powered by a 4-litre V8, but this one goes back to a 6-cylinder, albeit in V6 form. BMW's M division adds 2 turbos to this 3-litre V6, for a total of 317 kilowatts. And they also add a carbon fibre strut brace, that looks like escape from an art gallery, and adds some much needed drama to the rather bland looking engine. It's a pity then that there's not much inside the M3 to show for the M-badge designation. You do get a nice M wheel. There's also carbon fibre trim on anything that isn't leather. A driver's seat that grips you like a vice, and a head-up display that shows the rev counter as well as speed. But as a driving experience, the M3 fills very well the gap left by the old M3, and the identical M4 gives you the choice of 2 doors, and that can't be bad.
Okay, now some people have criticised that this car isn't all that loud, doesn't sound like a real performance car. Partly that's due to because some of the noise is amplified from the engine, but the engineers say it's only 98% real and 2% recording of the engine played through the speakers. But I think you'll agree that this is just loud. Here because we've got coarse chip roads. We're about to see how well this goes through corners. The gearbox changes are really fast. You can change them from gentle to savage and quick. Banging through like somebody firing a shotgun. And the traction controls almost always flickering to remind you that you're really pushing the edge of the envelope. But it allows you to get away with it. It allows you to go and actually dig deep into a corner. You can steer it on the throttle. Steering's really accurate. Not a lot of feedback through it, but it's nicely weighted. And yeah, there's slower traffic, and your day's over. But yeah, the car is actually very, very nice. It's I mean, it doesn't look good. It looks really brutal and, you know, over muscled. But that's, I suppose, the M way, M division way. The interior, there's nothing really special about it apart from the carbon fibre. Under the bonnet, yeah, carbon fibre strut, that looks fantastic. But mostly it's in the driving experience and the way that you can use all of you can adjust the steering, the engine, gearbox and the suspension to give you whichever combination of comfort or sportiness you want, so that you can just do a really, you know, you can toddle around town and drive in full comfort, or you can go flat on the track. And it really does supply the sort of thrills that you expect from a M car. So yeah, I mean, all this is an M3 with the addition of 2 doors at the end of the day, and it's a pretty worthy successor to